Hello and good day. In this video, I want to demonstrate Azure, Microsoft Azure, and especially how you can sign up and also how you can launch Windows instance as well as a Linux instance. Okay, so what we need is that we need to quickly log into portalazure.com and sign up. You provide the card details. So once you sign up, then you get a free trial for about 30 days worth of $200 will be added. So go to your dashboard. So let me move ahead. So here we will be deploying this Microsoft server and also the Linux server. So www.portal.azure.com. So open my browser. Okay, Portal Azure, this is the dashboard once you sign in, and you can see the services dashboard. This is all various kind of services which are available. Okay, so when we go to the resources dashboard, when we select resources under dashboard, you can see various kind of subscriptions, etc., which we already done. So I will first is that I will also create a resource. So we are in free trial subscriptions. You can see there are about $200 which has been added, and how you can subscribe is like you can subscribe using this Microsoft Online website. There is a free trial, add subscription after signing up. This is the process of signing up, and once you have free trial in your account, you can create your resources. I'm going to create a Microsoft 2012 server, okay, in this demonstration. These are various offers which are there: standard support, pay as you go, developer support. So yeah, in this home screen, I'm going to create a virtual machine. Add. So here these are all the machines which are available. First is that you need to create a resource group. Free trial, we have to select subscription as free trial and create a resource group. So here I am going to create as a star comp. Say okay. And the name of the machine, I'll give Windows star win. See, the same thing as in AWS, we do have regions. Regions are a kind of data centers. So I can select, if my country is India, I can select my South India. But you need to see whether you can get your images. So first I'll select and see whether I'm able to get. In availability options also, like your subnets. So these are all the resources which are there. So I'm selecting 2012 data center. So you can see here, yeah, we are trying to create a Microsoft server. This is not a spot instance. If you want a spot instance, you can. This is the size which you need to. So here you have various kind of resources which are available, but unfortunately everything is masked, means it's not available. So I'm going to select another different region, maybe in US East. We should be able to get this kind of servers. Let me see the size. So when you select the size, the pricing is also given over there. I think we can select one CPU with about 2 GB of RAM. That should be fine for us. You have various other configurations also with 2 GB of 2 CPUs, 8 GB, 4 CPUs. The pricing is also estimated cost per month is given there. One CPU 3.5 is cost approx 6,000, whereas same as 2 CPU 8 GB RAM costs about 4,400 a month. So I'm selecting 1200. I mean one CPU with 2 GB 1200 a month. So the username, don't give this administrator or root. The reserved words should not be given. So you can give something like root admin or admin root or something like that. Admin root is also not allowed. It will stop. The same even for Linux instance also, we are not supposed to give the reserved words. So administrator is also not allowed. So you can give only root admin, something like that, and provide the password. Confirm once again. And then the next one is your port rules. I mean your which ports you want to open. So here I am selecting this HTTP, HTTPS and RDP. Since it is a Windows server, I am not selecting SSH. So if you have your own license, then you can apply your license. That would reduce cost. But here I don't have. I am selecting no. And say create virtual machine. Okay, so it will take approximately some time for us to create. You can see it is a review final before you initiate for create. So these are all the things which you have and you create. So it started deploying. Okay, it will take approximately 3 to 5 minutes to get the to get the Windows resource finalized. I mean Windows server ready. So here remember we have to create a resource group. Under resource group we have created a VM. Deployment is through. So meanwhile we can create even a Linux server also. So deployment under progress. Okay, it takes about 5 minutes of time. Okay, that's fine. Meanwhile, once again I select another instance of Linux. I'll create in the same Azure. Select this virtual machines and create. Add a virtual machine. Select this as free trial. Under resource group, select the star comp which you have created. Okay, and virtual machine name I can give Starlin LIN. Okay, and region I can select US East. So here I'll select this Red Hat server 7. No spot instance. I can select my VM size. I mean like 1 CPU 2 GB is enough for me, I think. General purpose. You can see the pricing also. With 2 data disks. I mean like you can see the IOPS is 500 IOPS. Storage is given as 10 GB. Okay, that is enough. I think 2 into 10 GBs will be available. See here too you have option like you can give password setting or SSH. I am setting password unlike AWS. So this is root admin is the default user. In AWS we have easy to use, easy to hyphen user. So I am providing the password. You select the ports. We'll also create this HTTP website also along with this. So I have selected port 82 and port 80, and now review plus create. Okay, so once you start review, it will provide all the information. This is 2.84, that is 2 rupees 84 paisa per hour. That is the pricing which has been provided. Okay, because we have selected that based on the instance. So this is your preferred email address. All the what we call as it's a review information. Whatever we have provided is getting launched. This is a Linux instance. So it will take, this one also will take approximately 3 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, what we can go to the dashboard and then see whether our deployment, this is in progress. We can see whether our Windows server is ready. I can select either the resource group directly or go to home and select it. You can even download the details of the box which you had. So the default will be in JSON, You can open through Notepad, or Notepad++ would be the ideal one. If you open that, the entire configuration you can go through. So this is how it looks like. In future, if you want to deploy also, you can use this script and then do that. Anyway, we will go to the virtual machines, the resource groups and the virtual machines. Starcom is the resource group. See here, almost all, like you have various kind of information for the, go through this virtual machine. This Starwin is the name of the virtual machine. You see, this is the public IP 13.92.182.156. I will go through this MSTSC. Okay, just paste that IP and I'll connect to the remote server. It's okay. Yes, we are successfully logged into the server. First time configuration will be done. Okay, so you have successfully launched this Windows Server 2012 machine. And also let me configure this what we call as web server IIS. So this is your server dashboard. You can add roles. If you want to configure this, it's collecting. Yeah, since it is started just now, we need to wait for a minute or 2 minutes time in order to get the inventory collected. Yes, now it is done. So next, and provide the installation type. Okay, and define the role as IIS, that is web server. Okay, I have selected this IIS, add features, and then say next. Okay, whatever the dependencies will be added, all the role services. So just say next, give all the defaults, and then go for install. It will take some time to get all the packages downloaded and installed. Okay, so once this is done, we can launch our website. So meanwhile, we'll go and see the Linux server. So go to the resource dashboard. You can see this Starwin is there, and also the other virtual machine we need to see. It's not displaying. Let me refresh, or go to the resource groups, and once again, no, it's not there. Virtual machine should be there. Go to resource group, once again select. You should see yeah, it is there, Starlin, that is a virtual machine. Click that. You should be seeing the configuration. This is the public IP address. You can see public 52 dot. I'll just select this putty and then run, provide and open. That's all. Unlike in AWS, we don't have any key. That is optional. If you want, you can give root admin and the password. Yeah, you have logged in as into Linux box. Okay, that's good. So this is the disk items. You can see 10 GB, allocate 8 GB for root and 2 GB for swap. Okay, I'm going to install this web server. So sudo su hyphen. You can see now I'm in root. This is the IF. You can see the private IP 10.0.0.5. Yum install httpd -y. This should install all the packages and update of all the yum repositories. So first time it will do some time. It will take some time to install this one. This is the process of installing this httpd. Okay, let it go through. There are about 300 plus I think software which needs to. Yeah, meanwhile in this Windows, yes, this is done. You can see it is successfully installed. what I can do is that I can test this website whether it is ready or not. 13.92.182.186 I think. So what I'm going to do, I'll just provide, I'll verify 13 dot, okay, 92 dot, okay. Yeah, congratulations, you have your website, I mean IIS has been successfully launched. Okay, so that ends the deployment of web server on Microsoft server. Okay, web server, IIS web server on Windows is complete, ready. Okay, so let us do this Linux also. So in Linux also we have successfully launched the I mean instance, and we are logged in successfully. Web server installation is also done. Yes, still things are going on. It will take some more time, but this is the process. Yeah. Meanwhile, let me add a software in this. Okay, I am selecting this Windows machine. Now I'll show you how you can add a software, I mean extensions. So here there are no extensions. I can add one of the extensions. There are many extensions which are available, default extension for Windows. Like I'll select one of the extension which is I'll go down, maybe something related to okay, install this on this instance which we have created just now. We have submitted the deployment. It should soon available on Windows server. Okay, so meanwhile my Linux server is done. You can see the installation is done. What you can do is that you can start the service and also the startup service. chkconfig httpd on will create a startup service. Yes, service httpd restart. Okay, restarted, and you can also see the status if you want, and you can verify using service httpd status. It's running, I mean your website is running, and you can select the public IP and go to the browser and verify. That also can be done. So meanwhile, let me check for the deployment of extension. Okay, you can even filter it out for VMs or whatever it is. So this is my public IP 52.170.38.133. yeah, I can, it is verified. So now let me check the administrative tools. Yeah, systems endpoint protection has been successfully added into the system. Okay, so we have gone through about Linux installation and also the Windows Server installation. So endpoint protection on Windows Server is also done. Deployed successfully on Windows Server. Okay. Similarly, you can add any other extensions also. You can see provisioning succeeded. Okay, similarly you can install more extensions from extensions dashboard. So I hope you have got some basic information on Azure services on adding this one. Thank you, and bye.